The Empyrean Age, the age of the capsuleer, has brought great change to New Eden. To some, the Jove's gift has brought great power. To many more, however, it has brought a stretching darkness that has dimmed the light of 1,000 stars and has spilled, running like ink, into whole new areas of space. I am a capsuleer. The dichotomy of this technology is not lost on me. I can control entire ships, devoid of the usual hundreds of crew required to man it, just by reaching out and willing it. My propulsion engines are my feet, my scanners are my eyes and ears, the capacitor is my beating heart, the shields and armor are my very skin, and my weaponry is a mere extension of my will. With the smallest thought, I can breathe vicious death over my enemies. The servant sisters of Eve know this. Perhaps it's right that the cluster fears us. I don't believe technology itself is evil. I believe that it reflects and amplifies the will of its user. With this power, I could build an empire to rival the warring factions themselves. In fact, many capsuleers have. But equally, I have no interest in conquest and blind destruction. I have no need to command, nor to be heard. Fortunately, I know I'm not alone in this. In the Okamon constellation of the Forge, 8 jumps away from Jita, is a small system known as Sisio. Among the planets, moons, and industrious stations just off the Abagawa Gate drifts a statue of a female Caldari, hand raised to the stars, with a ghostly Astero orbiting. This is the monument to Katia Sae, possibly the greatest explorer that New Eden has ever known. In December of YC 111, Katia Sae departed from Sisio 3 through the Abagawa Gate on a journey that would last a grueling 9 years, only ending upon her return in March of YC 121. This journey would take her across the entirety of New Eden and beyond. Now, I'm fortunate enough to have met and spoken with Katia, and within her I found none of the outward ambition of the Caldari or the glory-seeking of a capsuleer. Instead, I found a peaceful repose that belies a single-minded commitment to her craft. Katia, despite her status as a capsuleer, is one of the most humanitarian and welcoming people that I've ever met. From that first jump through the Abagawa Gate, Katia's journey would take her through every single documented system in New Eden, all 7,806 of them. Every site and system that you or I have laid eyes on in New Eden was a stop in Katia's grand tour. The enormity of that task just boggles my mind. 7,806 systems to visit, some friendly, some hostile, and that number doesn't even include the need to backtrack and reroute. What makes this all the more surprising is that she did not lose a single vessel during the journey. 7 vessels were used, none destroyed. An achievement in and of itself, considering the journey would take her through the darkest heart of several of the most vitriolic and aggressive factions in the entire cluster, considering the mentality of the majority of capsuleers. But beyond even this, New Eden was only the first goal, not the complete journey. And if this journey alone sounds incredible enough, it was then almost overshadowed completely by the fact that Katia continued her pilgrimage through every system in the depths of Anoikis. Anoikis, J-Space if you prefer, is my own stomping grounds. I know the dangers of the region and its sleeper occupants well enough. Any familiar with the nebulous and enigmatic Anoikis will also be familiar with the ever-shifting nature of its connections. Wormholes blink open and snap shut with a mere moment's notice. There are no stargates in Anoikis, no star map to plot a route. Here, Katia was off the beaten path, exploring and testing the limits, taking consistent leaps of faith into the unknown darkness beyond each and every wormhole connection. The fact that my very own home with Anoikis, a series of structures that Catskull has fought hard to anchor and protect, lie in a system that Katia herself once visited, perhaps even took refuge in, is strangely humbling. Not least of all because the same could be said for literally every star system known to man. For this astonishing achievement, Katia was offered by the Jove to visit their distant and secluded system of Polaris, inaccessible to any other capsuleer. And with the assistance of the Signal Cartel, the Akura Stargazer Society erected this monument to Katia and her achievements. Many years have passed since Katia completed this journey, but speaking to her as often as I did when I flew under the banner of the Signal Cartel, and have done many times since, I'm left with the feeling that, even now, Katia cannot quite comprehend the response to this monumental achievement. That she is overawed at the celebration and continual recognition is obvious, but I personally think she is more important to New Eden than perhaps even she believes. The monument itself may be an edifice of gold and steel anchored to the edges of a stargate, but to me, I see it as so much more than that. To me, the monument to Katia Sae is a shining beacon, drifting in the dark of space that shows clearly that a capsuleer is not necessarily a force of destruction, but can be absolutely anything that they set their minds to. The monument to Katia Sae, to me, is more than a celebration of the person. It's a celebration of the idea and of hope itself.